morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us again for Steno Matters with President Kristen Anderson. And with me today, we have members from the foundation, the current chair of the foundation, Doug Friend, and also a past president of NCRA, but he currently chairs the foundation. We also have Christine Phipps with us, and she is also a past president of NCRA, and she will be talking about her scholarship today. And then we also have Rich Germosen with us. Thank you, Rich, once again. Rich has been with us on another episode, but he's involved in so many things at NCRA. He's joining us again today to talk about some of the scholarships that he's familiar with. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Doug, and he's going to talk about some background on the foundation, and we're going to get into a little bit about where the passions come from on the scholarships and grants that are provided by the foundation today. So with that, I turn it over to you, Doug. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Kristen. I'd like to introduce the foundation a little bit to each of you. The purpose of the National Court Reporters Foundation, that's NCRF, is to conduct and support philanthropic, educational, and other charitable activities to advance the court reporting, captioning, and legal videography community. All donations to NCRF are tax deductible. NCRF would not exist without its generous donors. NCRF is truly blessed with an outstanding board of trustees who are committed to the mission of NCRF, which is supporting the membership from recruitment to retirement. In 2024, the NCRF trustees took a brave step and voted to double both the number of awards as well as the dollar amounts of almost every award given out, particularly to students and new professionals. NCRF also sponsors activities for the betterment of our members that are free of charge, including Mental Health Month webinars. A new outreach in 2024 has been the Ask Me Anything webcasts that are really popular and are free to NCRA members, whether they be students or professionals. Every month is a different topic that is of interest to different people, and we are very excited that we have come to an agreement with a couple of software vendors to provide a few hours of training via Zoom on a Saturday morning that will, yes, again, be free of charge. We in NCRF differentiate those awards that go to students as scholarships and those that go to working professionals as grants. And that's how I will be referring to them throughout this podcast. And that gives you a little brief overview of how the foundation functions.
Great. Thank you, Doug. And with that, we're gonna talk a little bit more deeply about the passion and the vision behind these scholarships that have been created today. And one neat thing that I thought Doug brought up was mental health awareness. Christine was president, and that was during COVID times, and she was really passionate about getting more awareness about that. And that is a great tool for everyone. It's actually May right now is Mental Health Awareness Month at NCRA, along with Certification Month. So we do have those resources on the website. So we encourage everyone to check those out for themselves and for any family members. I think they're a great resource to have. So thanks for mentioning all that, Doug. Christine, I'm going to turn it over to you now, and please tell us all about your new scholarship that you announced at a convention last year in Houston.
Well, good morning, everybody. So yes, I created the Christine Phipps Family Foundation, but some background of where all of that came from and how I got here today. Court reporting was my second career, and it was tough. I had a small son, and I had another one on the way while I was in school, and I just wanted to create a better life for my family. I was living paycheck to paycheck, and things continued to get a little bit tougher, while I was in school and finishing up. I remember that NCRA membership sitting on my desk and not being able to afford to pay it because I was trying to make $20 stretch with hamburger meat that made spaghetti and meatloaf for the week, and was able to feed the kids, and sneakers that had to last 6 months before they could get a new one because I couldn't afford them. But so here we are 30 years later. And, you have to put in the hard work in order to achieve anything. So of course, that is part of it. But I also feel an immense amount of gratitude towards the profession. That little machine has afforded me so many great things in life, and I've been I feel very fortunate. And I ended up having a great career, which part of why this scholarship that I created was founded on was when I first was able to finally afford to go to convention, which was a lot of years into my career. It was more than 10 to 15, I would say. And but then, it's funny, you look back on life. I mean, I'm 56 now, but you look back and you realize these moments in life that become very pivotal. They're just a moment, and you go about your day every day, and you don't realize that moment is something that you do remember for the rest of your life. It becomes pivotal. And going to convention, to conference, was one of those moments, because I learned so much from my colleagues. They had such a great impact every single encounter, even whether I agree with them or didn't agree with them, or it was about creative thinking and learning technical aspects and seeing what people were achieving and seeing that maybe I could achieve more. And so with that, I had a great career. I built a great company, and after a couple of years ago, I did sell my company. But and obviously I became NCRA president, and I kept serving, and I kept giving back and signing up for committees and trying to give back to this profession I kept feeling like had given me so much. And so here I am. I've sold my company, and now I'm very fortunate enough to create a foundation that will not go towards just helping these scholarships, but it'll go towards helping the community and abroad at large. But so the scholarships, those are to help students get to conference so that maybe they can have that little lift up that I didn't have, that I would have greatly appreciated. I mean, it was different times back then, right? I had to mail into NCRA. There was no email or anything. I had to use a stamp. But I'm hoping that students will see, especially these are students that have at least achieved 180 in class. And so when you're right there, and sometimes that's that little hump we get too, right, at 180. But they're almost there, and I wanted to give them that encouragement to meet all of you and to encourage them that they can get through school and finish. And this is going to be the best thing that they ever did in life. And so with that, we just picked out our 10 students, and we have notified them, and we're getting them their awards out. And we're really, really excited. And, I sent out, there was a few questions that they had to fill out. I tried to make it as easy as possible. But some of the stories I got from people were just amazing. Some in the military, people struggling just like I did. And they feel like this is the little bit of push. And I'll tell you, one of the running themes throughout all of the correspondence that I received in regards to applying for the scholarship was how supportive they feel from this profession, right? Because we're just this own little niche of stenographers that we only seem to understand each other. The outside world just doesn't quite get us sometimes. But so to know that your words and the things you're doing on social media are already having a great impact on these people, and it is very much appreciated. People like to feel supported and loved and welcomed, and we're all doing that. And this is my small way of trying to do the same. So I will be giving out 10 scholarships each year to help 10 students, and for the next 5 years. So, and that's it.
Well, thank you, Christine, for sharing that. I just hearing you speak about it reminds me back when I first went to my first convention. And I mean, I was involved with NCRA, and if everybody listening doesn't know what that is, it's the National Congress of State Associations. And I'm looking around, and I think on this podcast, I've known Doug the longest. I was a little whippersnapper when we went up to legislative boot camp many moons ago. So you make connections, as everybody knows, or is probably tired of hearing from me about this year, but making every connection matter. And you make so many of them, networking and stuff at conference, that I think this is a great opportunity. And thank you for opening your heart and your passion up to those that to who likely maybe wouldn't have been able to go, are going to be able to go and make friendships and network and things that'll truly benefit them for their entire career and have friendships that last a lifetime, I think. So I think it's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that with us, Christine.
Thank you
And
so much.
now let's turn over to Rich. Rich is going to talk about some of those that he is very familiar with, and the passion behind all of those. Rich?
Right, Kristen, thank you. I'm going to talk about two grants and one scholarship today. These grants and scholarships, they came sort of from the practice page. I run a practice page on Facebook. It's going to be almost 10 years since 2014. And unfortunately, we've lost three members over 10 years. So the first scholarship or the first grant I'm going to talk about is the Moyeen Black Memorial Grant. And Moyeen, a lot of people knew Moyeen. She's a reporter, firm owner from California. She was a dedicated practicer on the practice page, and she messaged me one day, I think it was 2019, and said, Rich, something's going on. Don't take me out of the page. I can't practice right now, but hopefully I'll be better soon. And she was diagnosed with dermatomyositis and I believe an autoimmune disease. So she was down, she stopped practicing. Then she got better and she came back and she actually did another 100 days. And, we thought, okay, good, she's back. All of a sudden she took a downturn. And on the practice page, a lot of people, they'll open up at some point about something going on in their life. They feel like it's a safe space. And, like before they go public with whatever's going on. And so she came out and she told us. And one thing we do is when someone's down, we'll have a 100-day memorial challenge. Usually we'll do 15 minutes a day for 100 days, but when we do a memorial challenge, we'll do 30 minutes. So somebody suggested, usually Ali Hall suggests, let's do 100 days for Moyeen, since she's having trouble practicing this and that. So when she was kind of bad when we started this 100 days, and my fear was that she wasn't going to be around when we finished it, and that's exactly what happened. We started in November 2020. We started the 100 days, and I counted till I want to say February something, and she passed on January 11th of 2021. So we wanted to make her an angel, and we took up a collection, and I forget exactly how much it was. It was a nice amount that we could do it. I want to say it was for 10 years that we raised. So it was like probably over 10 grand. I may be off a little bit. So we started this memorial grant to honor Moyeen's memory. And what are the qualifications? You must be an RSR or an RPR. You must be an NCRA member. You must be in the first 2 years of reporting with proof, like an agency letter or transcripts with dates, and you must be either in the official, freelance, cart, or captioning section of court reporting. Moyeen was very into mentoring students, and she was always, there was like 3 or 4 students on the page, and she would always be practicing with them. They would practice together at, either on Zoom or together at home in California. And this grant is to help the students. We all remember coming out of school and needing, I don't know, 10, 12 grand, or probably today it's more because I'm talking about me 30 years ago. To get started, you need a writer, you need a laptop, you need clothes. So because Moyeen loved helping students, we said, let's make this memorial grant for students. And every year, the deadline is going to be in June of each year for the Moyeen grant. There's 2 grants, and they're $2,000 each. As Doug mentioned, we doubled the grants and doubled the amounts, for now at least. So that's it about Moyeen. She just We have something called the Guts Award, and Jerry Koash from Arizona, he heads this up on the practice page. And every year he will pick a winner of the Guts Award. It's usually someone that went through extremes and continued practicing. I'm just in disbelief that Mo came back and she did 100 days. And it was during COVID, so we had a Zoom and we have a recording of it somewhere. And she won the 2020 Guts Award 6 months before she passed. So it's just people say what, oh, I don't have time to practice. And then I look at someone like Mo that just practiced until the end. Kristen was on, was on the practice page at one point, she knows. And it's just amazing to me that I'm like, well, if Mo can practice, then I can bang out 15 or 30 minutes depending. So yes, that's about the Mojine Black. Um, the next one I'm going to talk about is the Michelle Grimes. So Michelle Grimes was also a dedicated practice member on the 100-day practice page on Facebook. It was about 2017, and she came out to the group and said, "Listen, guys, I have cancer." And so she was in and out of the hospital for a few months. And Ali Hall said, Michelle can't practice. This was like the first time we did something like this. And she said, let's do an extra 15 minutes for her so she can't practice right now. And I remember the morning, it was May 11th, 2017. Michelle Humphrey Sontag texted me and told me that she had passed overnight. And it was a big shock. So in 2022, I was inducted into the Academy of Professional Reporters. And people on the practice page and close friends thought it would be nice to take up a collection to start the Michelle Grimes Fund grant. To honor my FAPR, but more so to honor the memory of Michelle Grimes. So they collected, going from memory, $8,500 to start this grant. And it's the same qualifications as the Mo. So you must be an RSR to apply or RPR. You must be an NCRA member. You must be in the first 2 years of reporting with proof, agency letter and transcripts, and also be either official freelance card or captioning. Another thing about Michelle is she literally practiced, I want to say 3 weeks before she passed, going back in time. And it's just another amazing thing to me that someone's in the hospital and she's still trying to improve her skills. So this was a big push. I look at these two ladies and I'm like, it's just, it teaches you something. You have time to bang out the 15 minutes. You're lucky enough to have your health, and you can make it happen, and just be better as a reporter. We need to improve our skills every day. Because if we don't practice, just like imagine if athletes didn't practice, how they go to the Super Bowl or they go to the World Series, they're not practicing because they've already been doing this. Well, no, you need to practice. You need to improve your skills. And the last scholarship I want to mention is the Gina Battaglia. Gina Battaglia is a daughter of Stephanie Battaglia, NCRF angel from Chicago or Illinois area. And Gina passed away suddenly in October of, I want to say, 2022. And again, somebody suggested, why don't we do 100 days for Gina and take a collection and make her an honorary angel. And we did that. And so now we're giving out a student intern scholarship to honor Gina's memory, gone too soon. So yeah, that's about it. Mhm.
Thank you for sharing those, Rich. Yeah, I would jump in and say, I remember when I first got involved on the practice page, I was a director on the board at that time, was not quite as demanding. And Michelle was, around about that time, it was very sudden that she was practicing and the next thing she wasn't with us. So I think it's very special to let their memories live on and encourage everybody to keep practicing, everything he's saying is so true. And it's such a tight knit group that I think it's a very special thing to honor those that have been involved with that when they're no longer with us. So thank you for doing that. And I don't know if I mentioned it before, we're recording this over Memorial Day weekend. So it just seems like a great time to be talking about those that may not be here with us anymore, but are here in spirit and can inspire us to be the very best that we can be in our profession. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Doug, and Doug's going to kind of wrap up talking about some of the other grants that are available, I think, at NCRA. And so I'll turn it back over to you, Doug.
Kristen, yeah, I'm going to go through grants and scholarships that we still have. Listening to Christine talk about the good old days, it reminded me of, I tell people that I passed the merit on a manual machine and I typed up my notes on an IBM Selectric 2. It's true, from paper notes, flipping, and people go, no, that's impossible. No, really? In the old days, that's how we did it.
Yeah.
It's true. Anyway, let me go through first the grants that we have. We give out every year the Carl Saceda Grant. And this grant is named in honor of Carl Saceda, NCRA's first and only Black president, and a man who retired from active reporting long ago and still serves on NCRA committees. The Saceda Grant of $2,000 is awarded to an NCRA member or members who have gone above and beyond the norm in giving support to other members. These people don't just give seminars. They rent spaces to give seminars at their own expense. They give prizes out of their own pockets. They are giving of their time on social media, acting as stenofluencers. The winners of this grant are true ambassadors of the profession, and they are nominated by their peers for this award. It's really a great honor, whoever wins this. Another award that is given out is the Port to Cart Grant. This grant of $1,500 is awarded to an NCRA member who wishes to transition from judicial reporting into the rewarding world of providing services to the deaf and hard of hearing communities. The funding for this award comes from contributions made to NCRF in memory of Rich Germosen's stepfather, Eligio Antonio Rosario Sr. And I hope I did justice to that, Rich. Applicants submit an application along with letters of recommendation. The administration of this grant is handled by veteran CART provider and NCRF trustee Pat Graves, and the winner spends literally hours and days over the next year with CART experts, having their writing skills evaluated, learning about the deaf and hard of hearing culture, learning accepted protocols in this new environment. It's really an exciting opportunity for somebody. The other grants that we have are what are termed professional reporter grants. And this is a misnomer because it is available to new people who are reporters, who are captioners, who are CART providers. These 4 grants totaling $12,000 to $4,000 first place winners and two $2,000 second place winners. And that's a real tongue twister at this early in the morning. Those are open, as I said, to reporters, captioners, and CART providers in their first year after graduation. And I'd ask you to please go to the NCRF homepage to see all the criteria, because it involves a school transcript, an essay, an employer recommendation. Yeah, it's some work, but it's a heck of a lot of money and it's really worth it. Okay, now for some more student scholarships. In addition to the Gina Battaglia Memorial Scholarship that Rich spoke about, NCRF awards 4 intern scholarships of $2,000 each to NCRA student members who have been interning within a reporting or CART captioning role within the past 12 months. A verified speed of 190 words per minute plus a short essay is required when applying. We have the NCRF Career Launcher Student Scholarships. We award 5 to 7 students every quarter currently enrolled in a reporting program who have passed 1 skills test at 180 words per minute or higher. They can receive a free Career Launcher registration. The Career Launcher program, consisting of video modules and graded transcripts and spearheaded by NCRA past president Debbie Dibble, really gives our newbies entering the world of depositions a firmer foundation on entering the real world. Now, NCRA A to Z scholarships. Up to 15 students who have completed the A to Z Intro to Steno Machine Shorthand program are enrolled in training and verifiably passed one skills test. Yes, I said only one. Between 60 and 100 words per minute are eligible to receive a $750 scholarship. I also wanted to bring up the NCRA case student scholarships. While not a foundation scholarship, since it benefits students, I wanted to talk about it. Student members who are enrolled in an NCRA approved program and who have passed a skills test at between 140 and 180 words per minute are eligible for 5 scholarships in the amounts of $1,500, $1,000, $750, $500, and $250. Now, gang, if my math is at all correct, and don't hold me to this exactly, but it looks to me like we're giving out around 65 scholarships, and we're giving out over $42,000 in just scholarships this year, if they're all given out. Okay,
Wow.
this is great. And let me say, it is completely due to the generosity of people. Our people are just so generous. So thank you. This could not be done without everybody participating. And the foundation thanks you, the trustees thank you. And that's all I have to say.
Well, thank you, Doug. Thank you for sharing that. And I have to give a special shout out to Doug because it is, we started this podcast recording it. It's 6 a.m. Over there on the Pacific Coast time. And so we have Eastern Coast and West Coast people here today. So it makes it hard to find time. So Doug, thank you for being here with us so very early, even though people might not appreciate it when they actually know that when they watch it, because you look like you've been up for a while, but anyhow, we thank you for being with us at this hour. And so I encourage everybody to go to the website in under the tab regarding the profession. You can look up the scholarships and grants are there. So this was a great resource, and it was really meant for everybody to go out there and check everything out. Before I totally close, is there anything anybody else wanted to share that I thought Rich looked like he might have something else? So go ahead, Rich.
Well, we have the two videos. We had two
Oh, yeah.
videos made, just showing what NCRF does. Andy Kreutz, NCRF trustee, was the chair of this. She's a videographer. So I wanted to play the short video, which is about 1:16, if that works.
That works.
Let's see. We'll do the awkward. Oh, wait. Host disabled participant screen sharing.
Okay, one moment. All right. Well, thank you again for all being here with us today and sharing all about what's going on at the foundation with the scholarships and grants. And we will wish everyone a great day and see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kristen.